Today's video is going to be on ways to hold your baby to minimize low back pain. One of the most common questions that I get when dealing with women who've recently had babies or whose babies are getting a little bit bigger, maybe a little bit heavier, is how should I carry my baby to minimize my risk of low back pain? A lot of times I've been seeing these women throughout their pregnancy, or I've been seeing them fairly frequently postpartum to get their body back in alignment or back in shape, getting used to carrying the car seat and getting used to carrying baby. So to start with, I'm just going to show a common mistake I see, and that's the popped hip. The popped hip might feel really comfortable to you, but really what you're doing is you're changing or altering your biomechanics to when you pop your hip out, it changes your pelvis, and then you have to alter your shoulders, and it's putting a tilt in your lower back and then a compensating tilt in your mid back. So a better way to hold your baby is by having your feet square, facing straight ahead, knees above your ankles, hips above your knees, and shoulders above your hips. Staying straight and stacked to the best of your ability really minimizes your risk of lower and mid back pain. Now, this might be difficult to do. So one thing that we encourage is helping out that lower core, and we do have a video for that. That's a great postpartum exercise. So check out that video as well. The other thing you can do is if you typically carry baby on one side, switch him or her over to the other side, carrying the baby on each side and using both sides that way, minimizing the tip or twist that you may still have present. So the other tip, it's really the same tip or very similar, but one other common mistake that I see is if you're baby wearing or you're holding baby like this and you're bouncing them, a lot of times I see instead of keeping your hips over your knees, over your toes, and your shoulders over the top, is I see a lot of women who sink their low back in like this. And what that does is you aren't utilizing your core, which really increases your risk for back pain, especially when you're bouncing like this. What you want to do is you want to activate that core and use your knees to bounce if you're bouncing baby. Otherwise, when you're like this, you're off balance, so you're more likely to lose your balance, but again, you're not activating your back muscles or your core, and that leaves you open and susceptible to injuries. If this was new information or you learned something from this video, please leave me a like or a comment. That way I can help more women moving forward. My goal is to educate women to minimize lower back pain and problems during, through, and after their pregnancy, and to help them return to a normal life postpartum.